Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 585 of the Ping Pong Flick Show. We are getting closer and closer to DC fandom, and I am giving you continuous daily coverage till then and afterwards. So if you like continuous daily coverage of DC movies and series content right here on YouTube, click like and subscribe now. But of course, I have to thank my members of the Ping Pong Flick Show, and I want to start off with these members who have finally gotten to that 1 month. Thank you so much. You made it through the 1 month. You've got your own little badge for that 1 month. I want to thank for very first Krypton Caged, George, Arib Hussein, David Sherrington, Sickness, Entertainment, Brandon Hall, Ray Ray's Collection, Danny Gray, Derek Schultz, W&H Productions, Curtis D. Berg, Frank Dombrowski, Kal-El of Krypton, Code Awesome 28, the ACS Universe, Carlos N, Mr. J310, Bon Jovi Calendar, Big Rooster, Nadir Hussein, Roger Benavides, Mike Smith, Griff the Sith, Michaela, Jeffrey Mock, Il Divino Vega, JD McRae, Maximilian Platten, Brent Coffey, Raj Rudolph, Mott 50, Salman Malik, Timothy Dalbeck, Vodcarius, Andreas Karlstrom, and William Powell. Actually, William Powell rejoined. So thank you so much, William Powell, for rejoining the Ping Pong Flicks family. Again, this Sunday, I will have another exclusive video to you guys. All right, let's get into some DC entertainment news. And it's interesting because we're all stuck at home. There's COVID-19 everywhere, and we are still debating on whether to go back to theaters. And so there was a poll that came out that I wanted to share with you all. This is by Luis Fernando. More people apparently don't mind watching at home. Consumer habits are changing rapidly. New survey reveals that only a small percentage of audiences like to see more movies like Tenet, Wonder Woman 84, No Time to Die, Fast and Furious 9, Mulan, or Black Widow exclusively on cinemas. Most people would rather watch them at home instead. Exhibitors in the edge of a cliff. So we're at a little paradigm shift here because of COVID-19. This data comes from Variety. As you can see here, there's 3 questions that was asked. How and when would you prefer to watch these movies? 3 answers, actually. I only want to see this in a movie theater. I prefer seeing this in a theater, but I'm okay with watching it at home instead. Or I don't care about seeing this in a theater. I want to watch it right now at home instead. And here are the percentage. This is the pie charts. And we're going to talk about Wonder Woman 1984 because this is a DC channel. Wonder Woman 1984 looks like 16% says, I only want to see this in a movie theater. 31% says, I don't care about seeing this in a theater. I want to watch it right now at home instead. And a whopping 53% is in the middle ground. I prefer seeing this in a theater, but I'm okay with watching it at home instead. I gotta say, I'm in the 53% bracket. Right now, I'm unclear if it's really safe out there in terms of Hawaii. Our case counts are rising, and, you know, they've put a lot more restrictions in place as we go on. But I'm right here. If I had to watch this at home, I don't mind. I have a pretty big TV, so I don't mind watching content at home. I'm already doing it. I might as well watch it at home, and then my kids can watch it as well. So if Wonder Woman 1984 decided to release exclusive or, you know, in theaters along with digital, maybe a few weeks later, I don't mind waiting for that digital. But how about you? What do you guys think? Which one are you in? Would you rather watch it in the theater, or you prefer to watch it in theater, but you're okay with watching at home? Or you don't care about watching in the theater at all? You want to watch it right now at home instead. Which one are you? Let me know down in the comments down below. All right. Next thing up is something that's been on HBO Max already. And if you've been watching, you know that there was a new series out. It's not a DC series, but it's a pretty good one. It's called Lovecraft Country. And I actually saw the first episode sundown, and I love it already. I'm already sold. I can't wait to watch more. It's got the right amount of supernatural, right amount of weird quirkiness, and also the age, the era that it's in. I love that era, and I like watching that part of that era because, you know, Perry Mason and so on and so forth. So, but the creator, Misha Green, and Journey Smollett has worked before, right? Journey Smollett, you would know, is Black Canary from Birds of Prey. Well, Variety put out an article. Apparently, a Black Canary HBO Max series is certainly intriguing and piqued the interest of these two individuals. On Variety, it says Lovecraft Country star Journey Smollett and creator Misha Green on if they would reteam for a Black Canary project. The answer is yes, by the way. You can go in there and look on the article. I'll link the article below, but they love working together. That would be an intriguing, that would be something to think about, certainly something that could possibly happen. And in my opinion, I think that would make a lot of sense. I could totally see them making a Birds of Prey Black Canary project on HBO Max. It's a lower budget. They don't have to worry about special effects. They could really dive deep into the lore. They can, in an episodic way, they can really develop the characters, maybe even talk about her mom that was mentioned in Birds of Prey. They could certainly do a lot of things with it, and I think that would be really exciting to explore on HBO Max, especially if what they're doing in the movie world may not be reflective of what they're doing on the series world. So Birds of Prey was just released on HBO Max this week. This would be a great way to develop that fan base over on HBO Max. And if people want to see more of these characters, they can certainly explore these different characters on HBO Max, limited series. I think it would be a great idea. And so, yeah, they certainly thought it was a great idea. Somebody brought it up. Black Canary HBO Max series by Misha Green. Misha Green says, what do you think, Journey Smollett? Maybe after Lovecraft Country? If history is any indication, I tend to follow wherever you lead me, says Journey Smollett. So that is still a possibility. I'm actually very up for that. I would think that would be a really cool thing and actually expand on HBO Max, especially now, right? Most people saying they want to see stuff at home. Make stuff for home. Let's do it. Why not? It actually expands the storylines and things like that for different fan bases. I don't mind that at all. So we're talking about Black Canary, we're talking about Birds of Prey, and that kind of leads to the talk about Gotham, right? But a lot of times, we're watching these things, but we don't get to play it very often, right? The last game was Arkham Knight. Last good game in any way. There's a lot of mobile stuff. The last good game in terms of Batman was Arkham Knight. I would want to play more of these characters. And what better way to play these characters is from Warner Brothers Montreal games. Like I've already talked about yesterday, how there was a tease that it's going to be Batman Court of Owls. Well, there's a few more teases today. Apparently, it teases possibly a Batgirl and Two-Face. This is coming from comicbook.com. New Batman game teaser seemingly hints at Batgirl and Two-Face. Today, Warner Bros. Montreal and Warner Bros. Games released a new teaser for the former's upcoming Batman game, believed to be called Batman Gotham Knights, and in development for the PS5 and also the other series. Hopefully PS4, because that's what I have. But like previous teasers for the game, this new one was quite vague, but it did reveal our first look at what appears to be the game's map. Meanwhile, it also appears to contain references to two characters, Batgirl and Two-Face. The game's official teaser website contains a number of 761, 941, 364, 995. Why is this relevant? Because this number is the barcode for Detective Comics 359, which, as IGN points out, is the first time Barbara Gordon's Batgirl makes an appearance. Even more interesting is the fact that this issue is part of the Batman Gotham Knights comic book series and focuses not just the adventures of Batman, but his family. As you may know, Not only is the rumored title of the game Batman Gotham Knights, but for months, rumors have been claiming the game focuses on the Batman family with multiple playable characters. Where does Two-Face come into play? Well, Twitter user Perso Bard has unearthed a second man within the website's files, and it features the phrase face Two-Face. Of course, this doesn't outright confirm Two-Face will be in the game, nor does the aforementioned hint confirm Batgirl will show up, but does heavily suggest both characters will not only be present in the game, but have major roles, which I think I really enjoy. I think this is a great way to play this game. You had a hint of her in Arkham Knight, and that was pretty cool, but I would rather play the fully. Maybe we can play more of the Batgirl, right? And also having Two-Face as a villain, as a boss, nothing new, but it does expand on it, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting for Batman fans to able to explore more of this world in a new game, especially a game that's going to be made with the graphics for PS5. Why not? This is updated. We don't have to wait for the high-def versions of the other Arkham games. They'll probably make more enhanced editions for PS5 on those games. I probably would think so. But this game, along with the Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League games, are truly interesting. I'm really intrigued by that, and I can't wait to play these games, right? But let's talk about movies, right? Enough of that. Let's talk about movies. The one movie that is truly coming out is called Wonder Woman 1984, and we talked about how people don't mind seeing it at home. But it's still going to come out apparently in theaters if it can hold up, and a lot of people want to know more about it. Well, today, Patty Jenkins came on Twitter and actually dived into a lot of the questions involving Wonder Woman 1984. And here is on the Twitter site right now. Patty Jenkins, hey guys, Wonder Woman 1984 had so much great stuff all over DC fandom. Make sure to check this schedule out. So she was highlighting the schedule, but there are some questions as well. Excited for DC fandom? We are too. To be honest, we can't contain our excitement. So Patty Jenkins will be answering some of your fan questions. First up, what was it like being on set and filming for the second film? Good question, Cassie. It was already really great to be back with a beloved group of people. We had so much fun making this, but it was also a little crazy to do both films back to back. I felt like we didn't have a day off for 5 years straight because we didn't. Now, to be clear, they did film it, but they were starting to work on pre-production, pretty much writing up the new, because they already knew they had a hit on their hands. How hard was it to decide how you wanted Cheetah to look like? Extremely hard, she said. We wanted to look fantastic, and that ended up being very complex. First, the most incredible design, then figuring out how to execute it was a long journey. It ended up being a mix of practical and visual effects, but it was worth it to make it look amazing. Practical and visual effects, that's something that they've talked about before. I still want to truly see what Cheetah really... We've seen toys, we've seen posters, we haven't seen her on film yet. And so I'm wondering if this trailer that's coming out could very well have Cheetah fully formed, or will they wait for the actual movie, right? How and when did the idea for Wonder Woman 1984 come up? I started thinking about it while making the first film, and then the whole story really flooded out very easily. It felt like a perfect second tale for our Wonder Woman, and a really right for the times. Turns out it was even more right than I realized while making it. So that's interesting. More right in terms of today. How is the effects of today? And I don't know if she's talking about COVID-19 or politics. How does that translate to her ideas for Wonder Woman 1984, or how she compares it to Wonder Woman 1984? That is certainly interesting. What was it like for Patty to face another new adventure with Wonder Woman in a completely different era? For her, it was really enjoyable. Taking Diana and putting her in 1984 allowed us to see different sides of her and also experience a different kind of villain, very true to those times. It also influenced look and tone, so it was great to tackle a completely different one. When it comes to making a sequel, what were the challenges into making Wonder Woman 1984 just as grand as does its predecessor? The struggle was to make it even grander. In this film, Wonder Woman is at her full power. So as significant as the story needed to be, the visuals needed to be stunning. So we shot most everything with practical effects, with people on wires and incredible choreography. Can't wait to share. And I think I remember this because she really wanted to show like they were filming like in the 80s with practical effects, which, you know, it's cool and it's all great and stuff. But sometimes it's like, we don't really have to go all the way physical effects. So I'm glad they're using some visual effects as well. We have that modern technology. Why not use it? So, but it's great to see that she's trying to elevate it by going backwards and using practical effects so it goes with the time. In what ways do you believe your movie sends a message to humanity and society in the diverse and risky times we are facing right now in the entire world? Okay, so this might be a question that answers the other one. Great question. I wanted this film to be an amazingly good time, but using this character to also do something impactful and significant to our times was actually one of our primary goals. So Gal and I talk about this constantly, and I'm grateful we have the chance to go for both. What I can take from that is that she really does talk to Gal and really gets some comments back from Gal, and they work together to create that character, to create that journey. So as much as we want to say it's Patty Jenkins' tale, it's kind of almost Gal Gadot's tale as well, and I think that's a great, fantastic way to involve the hero into the thing and actually create a story that they both can accept and they both are aware of and know where the growth is. I'm very curious to how Barbara's development will be in this film. Could you tell us a little bit more? Well, that's a spoiler, right? I can't tell you much. But I will say she isn't just a villain. She's an amazing character in her own right who evolves in such a great way. And I can tell you that Kristen Wiig killed it. So she's more than just a villain, and I'm guessing there's going to be some or she has a relationship with Gal, and unfortunately they go their separate ways. The first film, how will we see Diana's hero journey change between the first Wonder Woman movie and Wonder Woman 1984? The first film was about the birth of a hero. In this film, we find Diana in a very different place. She is now at the top of her game, but she has faced a lot to get there. So this hero's journey is about what it takes to be a true hero, right? So, and there's one more. This is one of the best moments of DCU, if not the best moment. Wonder Woman feels so powerful in this scene, and I love it. And that's the No Man's Land scene. Now, can we get the second trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, please? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and good question. You can meet me in DC Fandom Halls of Heroes this Saturday, August 22nd, to find out if there is a new trailer. Come on, there's a new trailer. I know it. There is definitely a new trailer, and it's still definitely coming out to theaters, but we'll finally get to see that on August 22nd at DC Fandom. So I can't wait for that to happen. What other teases are there going to be at DC Fandom? Well, Illuminati wanted to take a crack at another rumor, and this one is exclusive. Warner Brothers is eyeing Alexander Skarsgård to play Hawkman in the upcoming Black Adam film. Now, we've known other rumors as well, like Ryan Reynolds was in Hawkman and so on and so forth. But this is a new one, Alexander Skarsgård to play Hawkman in Black Adam. Alexander Skarsgård, who is Tarzan. When you watch Tarzan, I can see it. Yeah, he could probably be Carter Hall. I mean, he was, shirtless. He's huge. It just makes sense. Of course, any other character can be that as well. But there are some that says it's not true. Humberto Gonzalez, who's Mr. Scoopy Pants, says nope, not true. Of course, he wasn't right about the Snyder Cut either, but he was right about other things. So, we'll have to wait and see and find out. But not only him, our own very own John Aaron Garza says missed it by that much. So even him says that that's not true. So like I said, there's probably going to be a lot more rumors and things coming out of this as we get closer and closer to DC fandom. So it's exciting to talk about. It's exciting to see the possibilities. But I do gotta say, at this point in time, when they were almost ready to shoot Black Adam, I would probably say looking and eyeing at casting that essentially a character, a big character, I would say, because it's Hawkman, our first live action movie, silver screen Hawkman, on the big screen, would probably already been cast to the point that they're probably already revealed him at DC fandom. So I'm excited to see who is going to be our Hawkman for Black Adam. It's going to be Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be Alexander Skarsgård. It's going to be Armie Hammer. Who is going to be Hawkman? And if Hawkman's going to be even revealed at all at Black Adam. I think it is, because they want to make it big, but we'll have to wait and find out this Saturday if that's going to happen. All right. So more teasing, as this episode is pretty much called teasing. Jim Lee sent out postcards, special postcards to different press people like Sean O'Connell, Brandon Davis, so on and so forth. And this is a tweet by Mikhail Villarreal. He got nabbed some pictures, clear pictures of the postcards, and here are the two of them. This one has Batman central character there, has Harley Quinn. This is by Jim Lee, by the way. And it just seems to show all these different characters that are possibly be at DC fandom. You do see a little bit of that multiverse, DC fandom multiverse, in the background. You see Teen Titans, so on and so forth. Supergirl, what I think probably looks like the CW Supergirl. This is definitely the CW Batwoman. Harley Quinn, Shazam. You got some Stargirl in the background here. You see some Nightwing, some Titans over here, and so on and so forth. So that is really intriguing to look at, to see this. I notice him. I'm wondering if he truly is King Shark. It truly is in the Suicide Squad, or is this more of the Harley Quinn show? So we'll have to wait and see. The other one, of course, is probably my favorite, because it has Superman right in the big. He's out there and open, just like Batman. In terms of this, he's like there's three central characters right here, right? Batman, Harley Quinn, and Shazam. But it's like in this one, it's pretty much just Superman, right? And see Supergirl and Batwoman over here. Your eyes tend to focus because they're right coming out at you like that. But Superman is right here, really big, and he also has some Funko Pop with Superman. I can't help but feel like they're really pushing that Superman's going to be a big deal at DC fandom. Yeah, sure. It's probably my hopes and dreams with tinfoil all around, but I really think, I have a feeling that Superman is going to be a big deal at DC fandom, whether it's going to be his solo outing film, or just that he's in Zack Snyder's Justice League, or the Superman and Lois, or Superman is going to be the ultimate villain in Suicide Squad game. Whatever, but I think it's going to be a pretty big deal, and I'm liking these awesome Jim Lee picks here. You can go and check it out a little bit later. You look right into these, and these are superb stuff. But of course, we can't have a tease of DC fandom without our very own Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder dropped today in 4 days, more 4 days, but he dropped quite a bit of stuff. I thought he was just going to drop one thing. He decided to drop like 4 things, or 4 or 5 things. And this is Zack Snyder continuing the countdown to his Justice League. The first one up is on Vero. Stone in the Dome. What is Victor Stone, played by Ray Fisher, in a football dome? But I gotta say, the wording right there, Stone in the Dome, for me, this is pretty much confirmation for me that Ray Fisher is indeed heading to the Dome, and is going to be one of the cast members that will show up at Zack Snyder's panel. I hope so anyway. And if I'm wrong about that, oh well. But Ray Fisher in the dome, Victor Stone in the dome, or it could just be that we're going to get a nice clip of this scene. And, you know, you can tell the particle effects, this is like fully rendered from the other one we used to see. But fully rendered version of this in the trailer, and to see that. But there is more. He actually drops in 4 days picture in 4 days. Make you whole again. Hashtag DC fandom. Now, make you whole again is referring to to Cyborg, to Victor Stone. There's piecing him together, but it could also have meaning making Zack Snyder's Justice League whole again. You can interpret it different ways. You're looking at this as like, what is that? That's a table. That's a table. What is it? Have we seen this before? Yes, we have. Zack Snyder decided to say, you know, a little help at the table, by the way. A little help. The table I sat at every day on Justice League, worked at, drew on the surface, and still have. He still has that table. He's working on it. You see a football right there. That's him working on a Lex Luthor scene. A little closer. Let me see if I can get it. There's another picture of the actual table. And refers to that in 4 days. Oh, okay. I think that was it. So that was that table that he's talking about here. Oh, here it is. So a little closer look at the table, and he actually posted this a few years back, right, to show this and tease this a little bit. But it's great to see that table again, a table from Justice League that he worked on, drew on the surface. So he's actively working on it. So that's why it says in 6 days, Hall of Heroes. This weekend possibly working on something, working on JL. And then he decided to post another one. It's like he said, you know what, that 4 days, I want to throw out another one. You know, I just a little bit something more. He threw out this. It's Bruce Wayne's car, awesome car, in Zack Snyder's in Justice League, and we've seen that is the theatrical one as well. But in 4 days, that one, and I posted that because it is indeed the I'm Rich scene. I don't know if that's a line in Justice League or not. We'll have to wait and see. But in 4 days, we're gonna go on a ride. I think that's what it means. We're gonna go on a ride. It's gonna be a ride, ride our way into Zack Dome, into DC fandom, because we are only 4 more days till Zack Dome. I can't wait. I know we're gonna get some more nuggets tomorrow and the days leading up to Zack Snyder's Justice League panel. And the rest of DC fandom that includes Wonder Woman 1984, a trailer for Wonder Woman 1984, a trailer for the Suicide Squad, a teaser for Black Adam, I think, a teaser for the Batman, I think, and other nuggets, including video games, series, shows, and hopefully some special announcement movies that we haven't heard of yet, out at a special presentation at DC fandom. And I'm hoping one of those is my man, Superman. Come on, Superman. We need a new Superman movie. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. And like I said, if you like this content, if you love updates, daily updates on DC movie news, shows, and games, I'm going to continuously update daily. Just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring that notification bell, and join my membership if you want exclusive content. And it's actually, those are the ones that actually get to the comments first, by the way. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching again. Thanks so much for subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.